Hi, welcome to the Video API Inspector course. I am Sreekanth and I will be your instructor for this course. When you have meetings using the Vonage Video API, there is a possibility that the meetings may not go as smooth as you want. Someone may complain that they were trying to log in to the meeting but they were not able to. Or someone had very low bandwidth and therefore had a bad quality video. Now, one of the things that you would want to do is you would want to troubleshoot those video sessions. You would want to figure out what went wrong with those sessions. And the way you do that is you use the inspector tool. So this is a super useful tool to troubleshoot your video sessions. Let's look at how it works. We begin by going to the developer docs, which is talkbox.com/developer, and under that you have the developer tools, which has a bunch of tools that you can use to troubleshoot problems with your video sessions. But today we're going to look at the inspector more specifically. So let's click over here. And this will give you some documentation regarding the inspector, how you can use it, etc. But let's just go ahead and dive in to use the inspector. You can later on read the documentation if you have any questions. But let's click here to use the inspector. And you would need to have an account, an OpenTalk account, to use the inspector. So I have an account. I'm going to log into it using my account. Okay, I'm through. And the very first thing you see is the inspector search box. So you can search for a particular session by typing in the session ID, or you can search based on the issue ID that was reported. On the other hand, you can also view the latest 10 sessions that happened. So if I click over here, this was the latest session, and this session had 6 meetings. It had 2 users and around 1 hour of subscriber and published minutes as well. All right, I can click over here to get more information. So the first thing you can see is that the session type was routed. So all the meetings that happened with this session ID were routed. Now it is not recommended to use the same session ID to have different meetings. Now you can see over here that for the same session ID 6 meetings happened here, and this is not generally a good idea, so I would not recommend doing it. But for demo purposes I do this because it's easier to get everything in one session. But it's recommended that you use one session ID per meeting. You can see all the different meetings over here, on which particular day and which particular time these meetings happen, and you can click on any of them and this view will change to reflect that particular meeting's information.